Hey, what's going on, guys? Afrolegacy, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to what should be the first upload of the new year. Happy New Year's, everyone. Should be the first upload of the year. I know last year I was awful with taking lots of breaks. Gonna be try and be a bit more consistent this year. Maybe not daily uploads, but they'll be frequent. They definitely won't be 3 months apart from each other. Anyway, today I want to do something a little bit different. I don't want to just make this year reaction. Obviously, gonna keep up with all the reactions and everything, but I do have other plans of what to do. This is one of them, at least for the start of this year. I want to do some tier lists, and not the tier lists you've seen on Twitter that everyone gets upset about. No, individual track tier lists for 2021. I want to go through a couple nerdcore artists and take their tracks and rank them based on my personal views and opinions. We're gonna be starting off with my tracks just because I feel like that's the right thing to do. So I've got here all the tracks I uploaded last year, which I think, like, overall, including like the album of it, was like 47 tracks. I did a lot last year. Wow. So I'm just gonna be ranking them based on my personal opinion. S tier, obviously best, cream of the crop. D tier, I should just fucking burn off and delete. These are ranked based on my opinions. Obviously, your views are different. If you do want to let me know, obviously, comment section, please. I would love to hear where you put certain tracks. But also, I will be leaving a link to this tier list in the description. Tweet me over on Twitter, join my Discord and share it there. Both of those links are in the description as well. Because I'm curious to see what you guys think of where my shit should go in terms of tier list. And it is based on me. It's not based on, like, compared to other artists and everything, blah blah blah. Just my tracks, place them next to each other. What's top, what's bottom. Let's go straight into this. I think this was just set up in, like, alphabetical order, so we're gonna go through that way. Demon Slayer track, I did. Where should this one go? This was mostly freestyle. I fucking spoke about this over on Twitter. Everything was basically off the top of my head, but I tweaked it a little bit, so lines were fleshed out and everything. Because if I did it just how I said it into the mic, it wouldn't have flowed well. So I had to add extra syllables or take some stuff away. But it was mostly a freestyle track. I just didn't advertise it as that because I knew people would get mad. But for this one, it's not an A track. It's not an A track. I don't listen to this one constantly. I'm gonna go back and obviously amend this tier list, but I think B is a solid place to put it. It was different. It was experimental. It was my first freestyle track, but we'll get onto that later. But it was definitely a lot of fun one to do. It sounds fine in my opinion. I think we're gonna start with B. Like, these first couple ones, I'm gonna be like iffy of where I put them. I will go back and change some stuff in this tier list, obviously. Except this one, oh wow, I just realized the next two, we're just going straight up, and we're not gonna top it. Back you go. Probably best track of the year. It probably was. That aggressive, loud shout style that I can do, I think, is one that gets received the most, like, really well. I think people really like that. I enjoy doing it, and I think it comes across really well. I think I could do that style well. If I go to more sad sort of storytelling track, I don't know how to deliver that properly. So I think starting off with this is the best way to go in terms of, like, at the moment, top tier. I really like that track. I really did. Following it up is the Big 3 track I did with Maguire and Chris Craig. Obviously, I'm going to rate the whole track just overall, but mainly focus on my aspects, because Maguire and Chris obviously did so well. I think I did pretty well. No, not first One Piece thing I did on my channel, Crocodiles here. But a very good thing I think I did on my channel. That was received really well as well. A lot of people like that. I was really happy as well with my delivery and everything. I think overall, in terms of, like, other peers of mine, they were like, that was really good delivery and everything. So I'm happy putting that in A. I do listen to that track a lot. That was good. Black Widow. Black Widow was not the first Marvel thing I did this year, but early on. I did this with Chloe Breeze. She's awesome cover artist. Please check her out. She's fantastic. Was that better? Was that better than the Demon Slayer track? I don't know. I don't know if I'll actually put them in a rank here. I don't think I would put it in A tier. Obviously, Chloe fucking was phenomenal on that. I loved her part so much. In terms of, I think my delivery was too on, like, the rough again, that like the more aggressive side I can do. When it gets to the sadder storytelling stuff, my delivery is kind of messy. So I think putting that in B is fine. My album, I voice crack apparently. I don't have all of the album songs on here, so I'm just gonna put it under this one. Which so this one's the album in general. Album in general was 8 tracks. I think overall it was solid. I don't know. I think there might have been more B tracks than A tracks. Obviously, Arceus, the freestyle track I did, my first freestyle track I did, I really enjoyed. I think that one was pretty good. Fantasy, also really good. And then I get stuff to like Level Above God, which I didn't hit exactly how looking back, it didn't hit as much as I wanted it to. Actually, I was happy when I released it, obviously, but it didn't. There was, going back to it, there's something missing. I think overall the album B. It wasn't C, but I don't think it was A. I think a lot of tracks were good, but I don't think any of them did something. Well, not as many of them did something as fantastic and experimental and as much to go into A, which sucks. But I think B's fine. I think B's fine for the album. First album, demo album, I mentioned this before. Next album I plan to do, this year, it's 2022 now. I do want to do another album this year, and I'm gonna be a lot more. I'll be a lot more on it than I was for the Champions album. So I think putting that in B is fine for now. Crocodile Warlord. I just think that's a C track. I don't think that did anything special. I don't think that did anything different. It was a shorter track. I did that track just after I got past the Alabaster arc, which is obviously Crocodile's main thing. So I think that's a. I don't think that's D, but I don't think it did anything incredibly well, actually. So I think leaving that as C is fine for now. Danganronpa, Makoto, Kyoko, Byakuya track with Sky Limits and Hala CG. Fine track as well. Sky and Hala did really well, actually. My part, I remember trying to record that for a while. I was struggling with the delivery on that one and where to go. It actually performed really well, which I didn't expect for a Danganronpa track on my channel, so I need to hurry up and get on to the next one. But that performed fine. I don't think it did anything too crazy, but it was fine. Was it C? Nah, I don't think it was C, but B sounds fine. I feel like a lot of these are going to be B, actually. Actually, saying that, Deku Todoroki Bakugo track, I'm going to put that up in A. Did that with Nikki Tracks and Sinewave Fox. I really enjoyed that track. Sinewave and Nikki did really well. I liked the direction and flow I was going with on my part as Deku right at the start. I think that was good. Hook could have been better. Hook could have been improved. I tried to obviously mix in all 3 people. Don't know if I should have just left it to just me or not even had a hook. But I think A sounds good. It's better. It's better than Black Widow. It's better than Danganronpa. Yeah. I think again I'm gonna move this around, but I think A is solid for this. World in the Dark I did with Justine cover artist on my channel before with the Loki track as well. Phenomenal. Again, check her out. Ooh, I really like Justine's part. Again, Deltarune as a topic, there are characters and there are themes in Danganronpa where I could raise up the aggressiveness levels for what I'm more comfortable with. But in terms of the style I was going for, I don't know if I'm there yet, as in it suits well and it works. I don't know if it did, which is really unfortunate, because I love Deltarune. I'm going to do some more Deltarune tracks for sure, and Undertale tracks, but I think my delivery there was off. It is a fine track, yeah, but I don't know. I was looking back on it. I think my delivery messed it. Same with Dr. Stone, Senku. I did with Sky Limits, Stone Wars. This was the second track of the year. This was early in the year. Obviously, my tracks later in the year, as you can see, were better than some of the ones early in the year. Sky was great on the hook. Again, I think delivery for those tracks where I can't go aggressive needs a lot of work, and it's really unfortunate because I'm kind of stuck on where to go. I'm kind of stuck on how to deliver that, so that's interesting. But I think Dr. Stone is gonna have to be a low track of the year. It's gonna have to be a low track. Eraserhead. I'm gonna put that into B. Eraserhead. Does that go in B? That doesn't go into C, does it? Ooh. I think flow was mostly fine on Eraserhead. Delivery. I'm gonna come back to that. I think we're gonna put it in B. Falcon and Winter Soldier, C. Did this again early in the year. First Marvel thing I did a channel with Darnell Bradley. He's great. Check him out. I just don't think it did anything special. I don't think it did anything unique or anything to raise it above C. It was sort of just a fine track, which is unfortunate. I feel like I could have done better on that one. It's just, I don't think it did anything. YouTube Geek Rap Cypher remix, Game Boy Jones, YouTube Geek Cypher. I did a remix of it with some of the homies, Macro, Tozuko, Nina Theater Explosion. Check all of them out. Fine. I think he was an interesting group of people to have on the track. Obviously, I work with Ninethy and Tozuko quite often. Macro, first thing I had him on my channel. Same with Jix. So it was an interesting roster for sure. Everyone did their part on it. I was really happy with the final one. Last upload of the year, which is why the thumbnail's different. And I also just wanted Game Boy in the background there. Because I think it's funny. So I think it was an interesting track for sure. But I think it was just fine. It definitely wasn't my top cypher of this year, that's for sure. Guild Arts. I'm going to put top of B. Guild Arts was... actually, I'll get into what I say about Guild Arts in a second because it relates to another track as well. But we'll get into that. Imposter, C. Didn't do anything special. I don't have much to say about that. Inosuke, A. Inosuke and Guild Arts were early versions of what Bakugo came out to be. When I recorded Guild Arts, I was really happy with the strong, angry, sort of punchy delivery I did. And Inosuke also matched that sort of style I was going for with my vocals and the aggressiveness. But obviously they were earlier in the year, whereas Bakugo late in the year was like the better version of the style I went for those two. Which is why it's S actually. I think they both did really, really well, but just Bakugo, if I can do Inosuke and Guild Arts the exact same track again, but with Bakugo's delivery, they would probably be S tier tracks. I think that's what it was. So these were manifesting what Bakugo came out to be. So I'm really happy with both of those. Obviously Inosuke featured Rap Night. That was great as well. He did really well on that. I was really happy with getting him on that track. So but I'm happy with both of them. I do listen to Inosuke quite a bit, not so much Guild Arts, but again, they turned into what Bakugo was, so I'm really happy with both of them. Itadori, Split Mind with Carter, didn't do anything. Ooh, no, it's not a track I want to delete, but it's not a good track. Carter was great on it, but that track, I was really, even now, I'm really conflicted of where I wanted that track to go. The instrumental I think feels incomplete because it's such a weird instrumental that I think works well, but there's something weird about it that I feel hook, I like the direction and what I had envisioned for the hook. I just don't know if it turned out well. So that was a really interesting one. I really did like Carter's part on it, but I think the instrumental was weird, and when I was recording, I didn't 100% know where I was going with it. So early track in the year, it was weird. Jinx. Look. Jinx was experimental. I sung on that Jinx track. I can't sing. I wanted to put it out into the world to see what feedback I can get from people. I wanted to experiment. I just wanted to try it. Looking back, I really regret singing on the track because the verses are good. If I didn't sing on, if I either got someone else to sing the hook or I just did a different rap hook, it might be an A track because I really like the verses. I really like the delivery. I really like where I was going with it. The second verse especially, I really enjoyed. It was very different for me in terms of flow and the schemes and everything. I really liked. I really like the verses. It's just the hook. I messed up on the hook, and I'm sorry. No more singing for me this year on my channel because that's the result. But I just have that regret. I just have that regret of doing it. I'm just like. Because even when I was editing it and uploading it, I was like, I know it doesn't sound the best, but I still wanted to try it, and that was my fault. That's completely my fault on it. So that sucks. Jotaro I did with Tozuko, start of the year. Didn't do anything special. Wasn't anything different. Wasn't anything fancy. Again, delivery at the start of the year was still sort of shaky. I was still trying to find where I wanted to go. So that was just kind of. It's fine, but it's not anything insanely different. Killua Thunder, first Hunter x Hunter track. The thing is with Killua is I wanted to take the sad direction, the emotional side of Killua, his struggles and everything, and I think instrumental wise that worked. Did I make that? I made that instrumental, yes. Delivery again, I don't think I'm at the point where I can do that sort of emotional sad delivery. So you can, when listening to the track, you can see what I had envisioned. You can definitely tell. It's just it didn't grab it. It was out of reach. And you know, I'm not upset with those sort of tracks because as long as you could tell what I was trying, I'm happy with that. Because you know, it's experimental. I'm going to do more tracks like Killua. I'll need to experiment with it if I do want to just increase what I can do with my delivery and everything, so I don't just end up with Bakugo and Asuka tracks all the time. I do want to do these emotional tracks. It's just, at that point, wasn't there. Loki. Loki performed a lot better than expected, which is insane. Again, did it with Justine. She was on the hook. Phenomenal. I really love that hook. I like where I was going with that one. I like the feel of it. I think flow and delivery and everything was perfectly fine. Don't think it did anything special next to like the big three or Bakugo, but I definitely enjoyed that track a lot. I think that was good. I enjoyed that track. Yeah. Mal track I did start the year with Sailor on the hook. Sailor You Love. Sailor did phenomenal on the hook. Mal track is good. There's nothing wrong with the Mal track except the delivery. I think the tone I was going for, everything I said, the flow. Flow was a little bit shaky, but flow was mostly fine. The beat, the instrumental I made for that, I really love. I love that instrumental. Just delivery, I let it down. And I think if I do a remix of Mal or something, and I got the delivery and flow, everything good for the first part, I think it would be an A tier, possibly S tier track. But just it was really good. It performed really, really well, which I didn't expect. But that worked really well, and I was really, really happy with that. So yeah. But Mal just dips below A tier. I think having Mal and B, it's solid. It dips just below A. Megami for Jujutsu Kaisen movie end of the year. I did with DK Rap Artist. That was interesting. Kobe actually went out of his way to watch the anime to do it because it was his first like anime rap he sort of did. I'm happy with it. Happy with delivery. It goes over that. Happy with delivery. Happy with flow. Happy with everything that was said in it. The style was really cool. In terms of anything special to get put into A, didn't really. It didn't really do anything special to get into A, but I think it's solid track. It was solid track. What have we got? Mikey and Draken I did with Peso. I was late to the Tokyo Revengers hype, apologies. But Mikey and Draken was fun to do. I like the back and forth style we did for this one. I think it was fine. I think delivery on some parts of my ends I was shaky with. But other than that, I think it's just fine. Again, didn't do anything special to get into A. I feel like if I was a lot cleaner with my delivery and everything, and the back and forth style obviously like flowed just slightly bit better. Could be an A-tier track easily, but I just some parts of it were just on my end. My Hero Academia rap, number 1 hero I did with Galaxy early year. Fine, didn't do anything. A lot of my hero bars, but it wasn't anything ridiculous. So I think that's just fine to go into there. Let's see. Not Sue and Gray. I didn't like my delivery with this. Did this one with Baker. Baker was fantastic. He was grey on his, and obviously we did an opposite reverse on his channel where I was grey. My verse on his channel was so much better than my verse on my channel, which sucks. I'm glad I gave him a good like track, obviously, but it's just it didn't do anything crazy. It didn't do anything crazy. Neji and Nata early year I did with Vice. Same thing. Same thing as Not Seen Grey. I didn't do anything special. I did like my verse. I did like the hook going back and forth actually, as well as Vice did really well on it. But I just don't think it did anything fantastic. Night Raid. I put that in S. I really like my Night Raid cipher. Everyone did so well on it. Obviously, we had new faces on the channel. We had Volcar, we had Kuro, we had Mir, we had Aerial Ace, Valentine. We had some new faces on the channel, obviously, and some returner faces. Hala, Savvy, Breton. It was a really good track. Obviously, Gods to Don was on it as well. Almost forgot, sorry. But I think that was done really well. Tyler obviously mixed it, so it sounded clean. It all flowed really well. Happy with everyone's delivery on it. And I don't really have anything to complain. Pro Heroes, biggest track on my channel. Is it better than any of these? In terms of just like listening to it, I don't think it is. I know some people didn't like the track, which is obviously fine. Opinions are opinions. I really enjoyed it. I'm still really happy with the project almost a year later. So thank you to everyone who was on that. Obviously, biggest track on my channel is phenomenal. Whether it did anything to be put into A, I don't personally think so. I think it's just like a fine cipher. It's like you listen to cipher, it's like, oh, this is solid. But I think that's about it. I don't know if that did anything different. Promise Neverland. First upload of the year with Hala and Carter. Really enjoyed that track. I think delivery across the board was perfectly fine. Instrumental, I was really happy with. Hala and Carter absolutely killed their bits. I think my delivery, again, with Promise Neverland as a topic, wasn't 100%, but it I think even I can still go back and listen to it now, and I'm still happy with it. So I think it's fine. Okay, we've got a lot of B-tier tracks. Ryuga. S. I love this track so much. I was working on this track casually in the background for like 2 months. I was like, obviously I had the instrumental, but I kept writing, and it was slow to write, but I think that slow process came out with really good delivery, really good schemes. I felt happy. I listened to this track a lot. I go back to it. I'm like, this is good. Again, same sort of delivery for Inosuke and Gildos, and back you go. It was that strong, like, vocal energy that I'm really happy with, and I think at this point I'm confident to say I can do pretty good. So I really love that track. I seriously do. It's fantastic. Shinzo I did with Night Breath. It solidly goes into B. Again, sadder story elements, and trying to go for the emotional way, so delivery just didn't hit. But Night Breath melody on the hook, phenomenal. Loved it so much. I really like that hook, but just delivery wise on my end, not hitting. Shang-Chi, we don't talk about Shang-Chi. Shigaraki. Oh fuck, I also don't have my Rengoku track on here, because my Rengoku track went private. because of copyright claims. So I didn't want to strike at my channel, so I privated it. That Rengoku also goes in D. We don't talk about those two. Shigaraki. Shigaraki tried to do what Bakugo did in terms of delivery. Didn't hit. Was I slightly ill when I recorded Shigaraki? I don't think I was 100% when I recorded Shigaraki, which isn't an excuse, obviously, but it just the delivery and not delivery, the direction I wanted it to go with quirks are fucking playing on society, we're judging based off quirks, blah blah. I think direction I went with was fine. What I was saying, fine. I think just delivery missed, which sucks. I really enjoyed that track. But it's just slightly missed compared to the other stuff. Spider-Man. Spider-Man didn't do anything special. Looking back on it, it didn't do anything special. I was fine with flow and everything, but it was just kind of like their track. Looking back on it, which sucks because it was almost one of the end of the year tracks. So like I should have been more comfortable and confident with going places with it. It missed, which really sucks. But it is what it is at this point. Team Gojo, I'm really happy with. Just Team Gojo. I don't listen to Team Gojo as much as the tracks up here. All of these tracks up here, I listen to. I listen to all of these as well as like obviously tracks from my album. As well as tracks from my album. But like all of these I listen to. I don't listen to Team Gojo as much, but not all new faces. But obviously we had Phantom Chimera on there, which is really good. This track took a while to come together because I had issues with getting someone for Gojo. Carter came in and absolutely killed it. It was fantastic. Mir did a really good Isidora verse. I'm happy with Gojo. Gojo's a good solid track. I wish it got a bit more love. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the tracks. Like some of these tracks I look at and I was like, damn. I wish I did better. I wish Eraserhead did better. You know, I wish tracks did better. But I look at Team Gojo and I'm like, damn, that really sucks that it missed in the algorithm. That one really sucked. So that one happened, but it's just kind of, it's like damn, you know, it's one of those. Venom and Carnage I did with Ninathy. I really like that one. Obviously Ninathy did fantastic. Loved his part so much. Again, I think I tried to hit the same style as Ryuga and Bakugo. It just missed. I think like it was good, but it missed. I also don't think I said anything. I don't think I said anything like, oh, that's a bar, or like that's really good. It's kind of just like fine lyrics, which is awful. Actually, which is awful thinking about it. Like I like listening to it, I like the style of it, but I think it missed slightly, which is awful. And Yosuke. I actually really like my Yosuke track. I like my Yosuke track. Instrumental was an interesting pick for me, for sure, which is why I think it's kind of just like, yeah. But delivery felt good. Schemes and wordplay, I think, felt good. But I just don't know if it did anything ridiculous. Which is interesting. So if I just look at this now, we're gonna drop Imposter down. We're gonna drop Neji and Hinata down. I don't want to do this like, oh, I put Loki over here. Oh, Mal is actually higher up the list. I don't want to do like, oh, Shigaraki is the lowest of low B tier, and you know champions could go up into A. I just want to slap them in the middle somewhere. But I'm very happy with the top tier. Trying to think, does anything else belong in A? See, some tracks from Champions do. I really like Fantasy, and I really like Arceus. I think like Into the Dark as well. Into the Dark is definitely an A-tier track. I really like that one. But B all looks fine. See, I am tempted to drop Jinx into C, but it's just like, it's one of those tracks, you know. I don't know if I want to drop Falcon and Winter Soldier and Itadori into D. No, because I don't think they're bad tracks. I just don't think they did anything special. Did Josuke do anything special? I don't. No, I'm going to keep it in B. I think I'm going to keep it in B. I'm happy with this. Obviously, again, you've all got your own opinions and everything. Please check out the link in the description to this tier list. Give me your own opinions and everything. I would really appreciate that. But I think these tracks just didn't do anything ridiculous, which yeah. I think I'm okay with this. I definitely think these three are top. Very happy with these. I'm gonna put that in top. Looking at it now, I'm gonna put that in top. That was a really good track. Rest of these I think are fine, but I just don't. I think that's the case. I think that's definitely the case. So that's interesting for sure. But you've all got your opinions. You can all let me know in the comments if you agree with this, if you'd move one or two things, if you'd move everything. Let me know. Again, I am going to try and do this for some other artists, Rustage, Haller, some other guys. Probably a lot actually that I'm just too lazy to mention. Don't know when they'll come out, but I'm going to do them. All personal opinion, so hopefully no one gets upset. That would suck. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this different style of video. I am still going to be doing reactions and everything, so don't worry, they're not going anywhere. Just want to start introducing new content to the second channel. But if you enjoyed, obviously like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff you know how to YouTube. So please subscribe to my main channel where you can listen to all this music. Follow me on Spotify, on iTunes, all of that. That would be fantastic. That would really support me. I'm going to do this again at the start of next year for 2022 tracks. So hopefully we have a lot more up in A and none in D. That's the plan. That's the plan for next year, for this year. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in another upload. Peace.